Hello traders, welcome to this video. We want to talk about fair value gaps and other blocks, smart money concepts, and the principles of Elliott waves. How are they all related together? You can't talk about fair value gaps without talking about Elliott waves. Everybody believes smart money concept is this real new revolutionary trading idea. No, it's a bastardization of the principle of Elliott waves. A simple way for people to trade Elliott wave patterns without actually learning the principles of Elliott waves. So let's um, let's get into it. There are three. Follow me here. Let me show you the derivation of the fair value gap. There are three major guidelines for Elliott waves. The first one, okay, there are four. The first one is the wave follows the 5-tree pattern. You can see the impulse wave I've drawn here. It has five waves, and these corrective waves they have three. This is a flat, this is a zigzag. There are actually 13 Elliott wave patterns. We have three impulse, the impulse, the leading diagonal, and the ending diagonal. Then we have 10 other corrective patterns: the triangle, the zigzag, the flats. So that's the first guideline. The first guideline is the market always follows the 5-tree formation. The other guideline is wave 3 can never be the shortest impulse wave. Like we have on the left here, you have a 5-wave impulse structure. Wave 3, this wave, can never be the shortest. That's okay. Now, another guideline says wave 2 can never retrace more than 100% of wave 1. So in this instance, wave 2 cannot retrace more than 100% of wave 1. Wave 2 cannot retrace more than 100% of wave 1. Wave 2 cannot retrace more than 100% of wave 1. And this is the most important one. It says wave 4 can never enter the price territory of wave 1. So if wave 4 cannot enter the price territory of wave 1, what do you have? You have a fair value gap. This is the origination of the fair value gap. The last guideline. Wave 4 can never enter the price territory of wave 1. So every time you see a fair value gap on your chart, like we have here, you know on the lower time frame, you have a 5-wave structure that has printed anytime. So what does it mean when you have consecutive fair value gaps following each other? It simply means on you are on the wrong time frame. On the higher time frame, we only have one fair value gap for all of those consecutive bearish. We only have one fair value gap for all of these consecutive bullish. So I in Elliott waves, there's what is called extension. So what you are seeing here is simply an extension, but that's for another lesson. So what are fair value gaps? Fair value gaps are characteristic of motive waves. That is the simple definition of fair value gap. They are characteristic of motive waves. Corrective waves will never spot fair value gap. This is a corrective wave here. You have no fair value gap. Uh, this is a corrective formation you have here. There are no fair value gaps. This is, you can see, one, two, three. This is a 3-wave corrective formation. there are no fair value gap. 1, 2, 3, there are no fair value gaps. So anytime you look at it here, this is the first motive 1, you have a fair value gap. So this is a 535, 535 on the lower time frame. That's why you have the fair value gap. Every time you see, look at this here, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can see this is the first wave, this is the fifth wave. You have your fair value gap. Then the third wave, it's all over the chart, it repeats itself. So what are fair value gaps? Fair value gaps are characteristic of motive waves. What are other blocks? Other blocks identify the start of the most recent motive wave. This is the one in thick shading. That is an order block. It shows, it identifies the start. What do you have here? This is a wave. This is a wave. This is a wave. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the start of 3. This is the start of 5. As you can see, 3 is not the shortest. 1 is the shortest. 3 is not the longest either. 5 is the one that is extended. But you see your fair value gaps. You see where they line up at wave 3, not at wave 5, not at wave 1. You see your fair value gaps, they line up here. So what are fair value gaps? Fair value gaps are characteristic of motive waves.